Oh man, what up, guys? Welcome, and let's finally do it. Let's finally add in animations. So it's gonna be really, really easy. So all you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to say you're gonna want to throw in an if statement after these. You can throw it where you want, but I suggest just throwing this down under here. And we're going to check whether they've pressed down on the left, right, up, or down key. So if they say if left plus right plus up plus down, and we'll take the absolute values of left or right. Well, actually, we can make these negative. You don't have to include parentheses around this, but I suggest it. This will make them all positive. Now, this will check if you're moving at all. So if left, right, plus down, and we'll enclose all of this into its very own little parentheses. If that is greater than or equal to 1, then we're going to set current equal to state dot walk. And we're going to also say else if equals 0, current equals state dot stand. So we'll be able to keep track whether our player is moving or not. Now let's finally go ahead and let's make our player do the moving animation. So if current is equal to state dot walk, okay, if current is equal to state dot walk, we're going to say if left plus right, and we want to do if left plus right does not equal 0. Now we're going to set the image X scale of our player. I believe I've gone over this earlier in the recap. If you set the image X scale to -1, it's going to be mirrored, and if you set it to 1, it's going to not be mirrored. Now you're going to want to center these sprites, so let's go ahead and do that now. There we go. So they're centered. And if you don't center them, they're going to look a little bit weird. But if you do left plus right, we're going to do image X scale equals left plus right. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So remember, with move, it was either -1, 1, or 0. This is either going to be -1 or 1. And we can do the same exact thing with up. Oh yeah, we can't actually just do it with up or down. We're going to say if up, negative up, and if down, image or sprite index is equal to SBR player left. And what we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to set the image speed to equal 1. We'll do that. And there we go. So let me go ahead and let's recap what the code we just did. Now, of course, you don't need, if you don't like states, you don't have to do them, but I strongly suggest you do. If left plus right plus up plus down, if they're pressing on any of those things, current is equal to state.walk. Else if it doesn't, it's state.stand. We may have to modify this in the future, but that's the way it goes. Now, if we are walking, we're going to do image speed equals 1. If we're not walking, image speed equals 0, we're not going to be animated. But if they're holding down the left or right key, it's going to change the animation, and it's also going to change the sprite index. So it's going to mirror it, or it's not going to mirror it, or it's going to turn it back. If they're holding down the up arrow, and remember, up is a -1 or a 0, so we'll have to set that to regular 1, so it's equal to true. You can also do absolute value of up as if you want to as well. We'll go ahead and we'll do that. Remember, an absolute value of a number means it's positive. If you get the absolute value of -5, it's 5. If down, it's 0. If it's 1, it's true. It's going to make sprite index equal that. Let's go ahead and let's run this and see what happens. Now, if we do this, ooh, nice. We're doing the moonwalk, guys. I like that. I want to keep it the way it does. It is, but sadly, that's not how it works. Left plus right. Oh, I see. Now the reason why is because when we held down the right arrow key or the left arrow key, it actually mirrors it to the right. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to mirror this again. We'll go into image. You're going to want to go into the actual sprite, go into image. You're going to want to click mirror and rotate all frames. Now remember, this is exactly how the sprite sheet gave us, or it's exactly what the sprite sheet gave us. So you know, you will have to fix that manually. And let's see what happens. There we go. And just to be nice, we're going to set the speed equal to 2. And something I forgot to mention earlier. Oh, okay. Game frames are still 60. You're going to want to set the game frames to 60, but there we go. You can see here we're walking left, we're walking right. We may want to make the walk animation a little bit slower for the right. We're going to the right. I'll set this to 8 so it looks a little bit 10. Yeah, 10 looks moderate. It looks good enough, so we'll go ahead and we'll do that. You can see here, if we stop moving, if we don't hold down anything, it's going to stop the animation. And, you know, you can see here, we finally have a nice little RPG man, and it's awesome. But yeah, guys, that's how you make a basic player, and thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.